What's going on, guys? I wanted to relate a incident that happened years ago where a Pakistani politician was visiting Indonesia, and he asked one of the Indonesian ministers why a Muslim majority nation like Indonesia would have a Hindu god, Lord Ganesh, on its banknote, on its currency. And the Indonesian minister had a fitting reply. He said, yes, we've changed our religion, but we haven't changed our ancestors, meaning that they still revere their forefathers, regardless if they were pagans or whatever religion they are. And, Southeast Asia, the countries of Thailand, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, you will find thousands of Hindu temples, Buddhist temples, monuments, statues, all throughout that region. It's because they were influenced by India in medieval times, in ancient times. And you contrast that with, and these people, they love their Buddhist heritage. They love their Hindu heritage. A lot of these countries are still Buddhist. The largest Hindu temple in the world is actually in Cambodia. And they love their heritage, their Buddhist heritage, their Hindu heritage. And you compare that, you contrast that with Pakistanis who, especially in Punjab, especially us in the Indus River, who live along the Indus River, the Punjabis and the Sindhis, we are the cradles of Hindu civilization. The Vedas were compiled on the plains of the Punjab in northwest India. And, a lot of people are not going to like it, but Punjabi Muslims are probably the purest descendants of the ancient Hindus themselves, which is the ironic part about this. And they're the most anti-Hindu. Us Kashmiri Muslims, not even Muslims or Hindus, but Kashmiris, Punjabis, Sindhis, we have the most Indo-European admixture in the whole subcontinent. And we know the Indo-Europeans brought Sanskrit to the subcontinent. The Punjabi language is closer to Sanskrit than Hindi is. So we are the true inheritors of this civilization. And I'm not saying we should practice Hinduism, we should go back to Hinduism. I'm not saying we should worship, Hindu gods. What we should do is look into our past pre-Islamic heritage. Punjabi Muslims and Muslims in the subcontinent in general, they're just concerned with one aspect of their heritage, which is the Islamic heritage. It's not idol worship if you start studying, researching, and appreciating your pre-Islamic past. What was I gonna say? Me, I feel, I don't feel complete. I don't feel whole if I just understand one aspect of my heritage. Islam is a new religion. It's only 1400 years old. But who are we prior to that? And you will discover that, your forefathers were the holders of knowledge. Mark Twain, Voltaire, the Enlightenment, the French Enlightenment thinker wrote that India is the mother of civilization. He was talking about you. He was talking about the people of the Indus Valley. From the Harappan period to the Vedic period to even the Islamic period. Thousands of Hindu and Buddhist monuments all throughout the Indus Valley. We should be anthropologists. We should be historians, studying our past. We don't need, and Britain did a great job in uncovering a lot of this history, which I commend them for that. But it's Indians from North India, from the Ganges, who are studying your history, who are presenting your history as their history. Because you give your heritage to anybody. Takshila, the ancient city in Pakistan, Punjab, was the center of Buddhist learning. The Vedas, like I said, was compiled on the plains of the Punjab. That Hindu, the name Hindu itself, referred to us originally because we live on the Hindu or the Sindhu River. So we should get into anthropology. We should become historians. We should start being archaeologists and start preserving a lot of our heritage. There's nothing. It's not kufa. It's not idol worship. You know, you read Shakespeare, you read the Odyssey, but you don't take it as you don't accept it on a religious basis. You appreciate it as literature. We can appreciate the Vedas too. We don't have to believe anything in the Vedas, but we can appreciate it as literature, as a literary masterpiece. Like the whole world does. Western Europeans are obsessed with the Sanskrit. They're obsessed with the ancient Hindu religion. And you started it all and you want nothing to do with it. That's a sickness, that's a mental sickness. You know, these Egyptian Muslims, they're proud of their pre-Islamic past. These Indonesian Muslims, they're proud of their Hindu and Buddhist past. It's time for us to become proud of our ancient history because we've contributed so much. Those are my thoughts.